God knows I've been itching to do this video. Does YouTube discriminate against metalheads? Today I speak on YouTube pushing an agenda that favors top 40 music. It seems no matter how hard I try to avoid hip-hop and pop music, and no matter how much metal I listen to, YouTube is constantly trying to force hip-hop, pop music, lo-fi, trap music, and anything from the main genres of the American Top 40 radio onto me. Despite being subscribed to over 700 channels on here, I have to fucking binge metal before YouTube will start recommending me metal music. It seems to be incredibly difficult to show YouTube and their flawed algorithm, hey, I like metal, show me some metal. And oftentimes their recommended feed will still take a shit and start showing me random stuff. News, videos on the whole Johnny Depp thing, movies, celebrity news, the fucking lo-fi hip-hop, continuous live streams that I'm not sure if people genuinely like, or if it's a meme because YouTube won't stop shoving it in everyone's face, or if they do listen to it, they're doing it to force hip-hop on themselves. I doubt hip-hop heads and pop heads deal with the occasional death metal recommendation, but it seems like I can force metal onto myself and still have to deal with pop recommendations, hip-hop recommendations. I used to just use a channel blocker extension for Chrome, but I've gotten to the point that I believe YouTube should fucking have their algorithm in check by now, and that the algorithm should know the kind of content I indulge in. But since it isn't in tune with the kind of content I view, top 40 music and celebrity bullshit not being on the palette, it kind of seems like YouTube is doing this on purpose, to push that shit on us, simply because hip-hop, pop, and celebrity crap brings in the most traffic and the most revenue. But as we've established, fans of pop and hip-hop forge big numbers on social media because they have sock puppets and just put their preferred song on repeat to purposely generate as much revenue as they can for the artist, and to get the artist to chart as high as possible. I think that the true reason metal doesn't have the same success as pop and hip-hop is because 1, we don't fucking put songs on repeat, and 2, we focus more on the whole album instead of just one song. Metal does just fine on the Billboard 200, but not on the Hot 100. Dimmu Borgir's Abrahadabra, for example, hit number 42 on the Billboard 200. But not one song from the album charted on the Hot 100. But since the music industry favors pop and hip-hop, they've made it exceedingly convenient for pop and hip-hop artists, with pop and hip-hop artists manipulating their followers to do what they can to make their song chart the highest. And unfortunately, since metalheads do not have the same mindset of, oh, I gotta put Get in the Ring by Amon Amarth on repeat so they can hit number 1, metal doesn't even come close to the Hot 100. I'm not advocating for that mindset, in fact I discourage it. But that's ultimately the situation. The gauntlet that music industry executives have laid down for listeners of supposed satanic music. YouTube actively works with the music industry in several ways, as YouTube views are taken into account of how popular a song is at any given time. But it seems to have come directly from official channels, specifically music videos of singles, something that metal also isn't very big on, as not one song from the Amon Amarth album Berserker had one single. As a result, YouTube favors pop and hip-hop, and in recent years, their aggressive pushing on pop and hip-hop on its users has made it seem as though they use this illusion of hegemony of pop and hip-hop to push an agenda. YouTube wants everyone to be listening to the same thing so they can maximize profits. If not for them, then to keep the record labels from coming after them. But YouTube has always tried to force various topics onto people to maximize profits, and to try to squeeze their user base for as much revenue as they can possibly dig for. So it's not enough to subscribe to almost 1,000 channels that have nothing to do with top 40 music and celebrities. It's not enough to make almost 1,000 videos dedicated to opposing top 40 music and celebrities, and it's not enough to go to sleep with a band's entire discography running on YouTube. But you know, it's not enough for YouTube to actively oppress metalheads, but metal music is actively being silenced on this platform. I'm sure we're all familiar with Cardi B and the song WAP not being age restricted, and yet videos criticizing the song that all they use is audio and not snippets of the music video are getting age restricted, and may even be getting taken down. Back in February 2021, YouTube even introduced a policy that basically allows celebrities to be above YouTube community guidelines. With YouTube being a multi-billion-dollar corporation, I'm sure they don't fear any of the celebrities that their website hosts. But what this is YouTube kissing ass. Not even just kissing ass, but kissing ass crack. Musicians can officially use vulgar language and contain nudity in their music videos and not face any penalty for it. No age restrictions, no demonetization, no takedowns, nothing. Why did the music video for Kanye West's Famous not get taken down despite nudity, despite completely and utterly degrading women? There's the answer. Because YouTube kisses Kanye's ass, and they kiss every other celebrity's ass as well. YouTube's special protections for corporations and musicians, which mind you is unfair as fuck for the people that made YouTube what it is, the individual creators, but these special protections have further solidified corporate hegemony, pop music hegemony, hip-hop hegemony, and celebrity hegemony. Any content creator on this platform can replicate Cardi B's WAP, and they'll be taken down and dealt with a community guideline strike for nudity, or they'll get demonetized or age restricted for vulgar language and sexually suggestive content. But guess what? Your 4-year-old can go and view WAP no fucking problem. Don't pretend with the way YouTube pushes hip-hop and pop that your 4-year-old isn't gonna stray from watching Cocomelon and suddenly end up on a Cardi B song. Unfortunately, YouTube's pro top 40 agenda will probably only end when someone goes viral talking about how it can be bad for young YouTube users that watch children's content or someone sues them over it. How does YouTube's special protections affect the metal community though? Because chances are these special protections aren't extending to metal bands. I know it sure as hell doesn't extend to people reacting to music and people posting music. For example, my reaction to Nazi Punk's Fuck Off was age restricted when the two most offensive words in the video were Nazi and fuck. I know people like to claim YouTube pushes a leftist agenda, but age restricting anti-Nazi songs and videos isn't what I would call pushing a leftist agenda. Not only that, but would it be different if a rapper made a song and music video where he kills neo-Nazis and even says the word Nazi in the song? Would it help if I was Justin Bieber making a song glorifying the Nazis and saying the word Nazi in my song? I mean, we already know white rappers can say the Nigger word in their song and not be penalized by YouTube, but because it's in my video, because it's the Dead Kennedys, a hardcore punk band, suddenly it's inappropriate? Sounds like YouTube is enforcing double standards to me. And so does the fact that songs from Dimmu Borgir's Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia album are being taken down because of the art cover. Or rather, as long as it's the censored version, it's fine. But the Dimmu Borgir Topic channel had their entire PEM collection removed because the art cover depicted nudity. And yet pop stars and female hip-hop musicians are coming on YouTube bare-ass naked and not getting punished for it. Cardi B can't even be bothered to put on a thong half the time. You have Nicki Minaj shaking her ass on here. You have Rihanna's tits on here. But the minute it's a metal band and it's a still image of a woman's bare cleavage area, oh no, shut that down immediately. I have stated time and time again that metalheads ought to rebel against the music industry and create their own charts, their own annual award show, but we ought to create our own social media platforms, our own search engines, and our own blogging platform as well. There's all this focus about representing small groups in regards to race, sexual orientation, women's rights, and such, but in doing so, music taste gets ignored, and now rock fans, metal fans, jazz fans, blues fans, and folk music fans are underrepresented, and it has led to hegemony of pop music and hip-hop and country music as well. Though every year we get closer to breaking the ice and returning rock music to its rightful place in the spotlight, the interests of the metal community have been ignored for well over a decade now, and the media continues to be oversaturated by trap queens and pretty boy pop stars. We have the initiative to break away from society, all we need to do is try, and that will close off this video. If you like this video, please be sure to click thumbs up, share the video far and wide, leave your thoughts in the comments below, please subscribe if you'd like to see more anti-pop, anti-YouTube content, and click the bell to get your notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Bye guys.